This philosophy is about being an outlier. Be an original. Do not be a copy. Do not be a copy. Be an original. I don't care if you're gay, if you're straight, if you're bi. I don't care who you are, what you want to be. Be yourself. You cannot do that if you follow a religion. You cannot do that if you are indoctrinated into any kind of faith or religion. That is not you. That is something you're bringing into your life. That is not you. How do you escape the cult of Christianity? How do you escape any cult? There are millions of people on this planet that follow Christianity. Millions. If you go over to the Vatican and the Pope comes out, they're all, the Pope, he's close to God. Just stop. Just be yourself. Be an outlier. I talked about in the original video about how I can't stand the fact that parents will take their children and put them into a Catholic school, put them into a Christian school, so they can think like them. I was talking about how it really annoys me when parents indoctrinate their children into their religion. It is an evil thing to do. I don't believe in evil, good or evil, because it's all superstitious bullshit. But for lack of a better metaphor or word, it is evil to do that. To take your 5-year-old or 4-year-old and bring them to a church and have them, oh, Jesus loves me. Oh, Jesus loves me. It is wrong to do that. Because religion is not provable. It is a following of a tradition. It is a following of superstition. It is a following of a non-truth. Religion, or the existence of God, has not been proven. For you as a parent to take your young child and put that shit into their brain is wrong. Boom. Full stop. If you want to push back on me on this video, say, John, you shouldn't say this. I don't care what you believe. I do not care one bit. You can believe in a pile of rocks. You can believe in a pile of shit. I don't care. But you believe that because you were told to believe that. You believe that because you were indoctrinated into believing that. It's nice and fuzzy and warm. I believe that's what I believe. And then you pass that on to your children. It's fuzzy and warm. That's what we should believe. Teach your children well. Teach your children the truth, not indoctrination. Raise your children in believing in seeking the truth. Be an outlier. Have your children be outliers. Be an outlier. Don't live in the box of average. Don't live in the box of indoctrination. Don't live in the box of, I was told to think this way. I'm going to think this way because I was told to think this way when I was a little kid. Why would you do that? That is not having an open mind. That's not having an inquisitive mind. That's not having an intellectual mind. That's not having the mind of a seeker, which I call all my followers. You are seekers. Seek rum and coke. If you are a true seeker of life and true seeker of knowledge and true seeker of the truth, you will not do that to your children. You will not do that to yourself. You will not insist that your friends be that as well. You will have an open mind. How to escape the cult of Christianity. You have, first, I'm not asking somebody that is a serious Christian to be part of my following, my book, the philosophy, the complex philosophy. I'm not asking, I don't want those people. I don't have the energy. I do not have the energy in me to try to convert people that have been stooped for years and years into this. La, 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 la. I'm going to go to a church. Millions of people believe the same thing. Or I'm going to go to a wall and I'm going to pray to a wall. I do not have the energy or the inclination or care about any of those people. I don't care about anybody that has a closed mind, that they shut their mind off. My mind's off. Click. I'm programmed only to believe this. This is all I can believe. This is all I can understand. I can't let any logic in. I can't let anything else in, any understanding in that might be true. Ooh, that's dangerous. Ah, la, 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 la. I don't need you. What I do want is people that want to think out of the box. Creative minds, creative thinkers, creative seekers that want to understand themselves as human beings. Those are the people I want to communicate to. The rest, I do not want to teach sheep how to live better. I do not want to teach sheep how to get out of their faith, but how to escape the cult of Christianity. You have to look into yourself deeply and say, who am I? I'm not asking you to do this to follow me. I'm asking you to do this to follow reality. Okay? You need to look deep into your core and say, why do I believe this? Why do I believe this? That's the first question. And the first question should ring a loud bell like, where is the proof of what I believe? Where is the reality of what I believe? Where is the substance? Where is the truth of what I believe? If you can't answer that question honestly with yourself, then you are blowing smoke up your ass and you are a sheep. Okay? Bottom line, the truth. I'm going to give you some simple examples of the truth. If I take this glass of rum and coke and I dump it on my leg, which I'm not going to do because it's cold. Hang on. And I dump it out onto the floor, the truth is the glass will be empty. That's the truth. There's no gray area. There's not like, well, it might refill. Well, I'm not sure if the ice cubes will come out. Maybe the rum and coke will come out. I don't know, John. What do you mean you don't know? If you have a logical mind, you have a critical thinking mind, a logical mind, and I tell you, I'm going to pour everything out of this glass onto the floor, logic will dictate to you or slap you in the face. Reality will tell you that the glass is empty. The glass is empty. So like your head, empty the glass. Empty the glass and see the truth. Not something fuzzy and warm, not something that was taught to me, not something that was browbeaten to me as a child. The truth. Evidence. The truth. And when you think you have the truth, seek the truth more and get more evidence. This is the book. How do you know it's a book? Because you were taught it was a book. You know, in your mind, logic speaks to your brain and says, oh, it's got pages, it's got printing, it's got a cover. I was taught that's a book. Is it real? Yes, it is real. It's not a faith. It's not a belief. It's a book. That's why I hate religion. I despise religion because there's so much bullshit. We've got millions and millions of people on this planet. La, 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 going to church, praying for a better life, for whatever they want to seek in their life. And it's all a mirage. It's all make-believe. It's all manipulation. It's all control. Not only is somebody else controlling you, not are you letting something else control you, you're letting your own mind control that belief system. How do you get out of that? By looking deep into your being and saying, how did I become this in the first place? How did I believe this? How did I start to believe this in the first place? And most of it starts when you were a young child. And I said this part in my other video that I couldn't keep because the damn air conditioner was on. I couldn't keep it. Thank God I have the air conditioner off now. We're moving forward here. We're doing good. When I think about what my parents did to me and what parents do to the children today, let's take Susie and Bobby, and they're 7 years old and 10 years old, and bring them to a Catholic church. Bring them to a Christian school and a Catholic school. Is evil. I know I talk about I don't believe in evil, but for a lack of a metaphor, it is evil to do that to children. Why do I say that? Because it took me years to get that shit out of my head. Because when you're a little kid, you believe stuff. Parents do not have the right to take their children and brainwash them to think like them. They don't. Although this happens all day long in families, every family, no matter what. I don't care if you're a Muslim or if you're a Catholic or you're Jewish, you are going to grow up into that bullshit, into that environment. You're going to believe that shit because your parents push it on you. Your family pushes it on you. And we get generation after generation after generation after generation believing this hocus pocus bullshit. Which, here is the number one reason why you need to kick religion to the curb. Escaping the cult of Christianity or religion. It is going to destroy the human race. Religion will destroy the human race if we allow it. Religion will destroy, eventually we will have a world war because of religion. There's always these things going on all over the world, like in Israel, Palestine. It's all based on religion. I really believe this way. I don't like the way you believe. I hate you because you believe it. It's all based on shit. That stupid friggin' religion. It is the most dangerous thing the human race has ever created, a religion. And all the other peripheral things that have been created around it are dangerous. It is the most dangerous thing we've ever created as human beings. And it's sad because I think it's a beautiful world, and I like people, and I like life, and I like nature, and I don't want to see it all destroyed because because some nutcase believes this crap. So, how do you escape from the cult of Christianity? You look deep inside you and say, I am going to be an outlier. I am going to be an outlier. I am not going to live in a box. I'm not going to believe this crap anymore. I'm not going to follow this crap anymore. I'm going to be me. I'm going to be myself. I am not going to live in this box anymore. And it's not going to be easy because you're going to have family that doesn't like that. You're going to have society that doesn't like that. Be yourself. Be an individual. Create your own identity. Create your own identity. I created my own identity by creating the Common Point philosophy, which is a non-religious structure to live by. Because I too was brainwashed when I was a little kid. Johnny's going to go to catechism. Johnny's going to go to confirmation. Johnny's going to be an altar boy. Yeah, it took me forever to get that shit out of my head. Am I angry at people that are religious? No, I'm not angry at them or you. I feel sorry for you. I feel sorry for the idiot that follows that shit. I really do. Because you're living in a box. You got yourself in like a picture frame. You're living a facade. You are living a facade of a life. You're not living who you are. You're living what somebody wanted you to be. Or you're living what somebody wanted you to become. You're not living who you are. It's like years ago, if you were gay, people said, well, they're going to come out of the closet, and you were afraid to come out because society wouldn't let you do it. It's the same principle. It's the same principle. You are believing something somebody wants you to believe. Believe in yourself. Believe in your self-worth. Believe in your self-identity. Believe in yourself. Be an outlier. Be different. I don't mean be different and weird different. If you want to, I don't care if you want to be weird. Be who you want to be. I don't care. Dye your hair purple and have whatever you want. I don't care who you are or what you want to be, but be who you want to be. Don't be what somebody taught you to be. It's such a waste of life. I see it as such a waste of life. We've got millions of people on this planet that are just puppets. They are just worker bees, puppets. They get up, they worship the stupid God, they go to church, they have more babies, they brainwash their babies, they worship their God, they have no purpose. It's just this recycling. It's such a detrimental waste of human existence. And then you will have one or two outliers, as they call them, that think out of the box, that they take their genius that they were born with, and they do something with it. They create something with it. They create an amazing life with it. They don't settle. They don't settle for that. Be an outlier. Don't let somebody else create the story of your life. Do not let somebody else create the story of your life. Don't let a religion create the story of your life. Be logical, be critical, be a critical thinker, have an open mind, have an open heart, be a decent, honest, good human being. Do not live in the past. Don't let that story continue today. That's in the past. Let it go. Cut it off. We were talking about how to escape the cult of Christianity. That's how you get rid of that. That's how you get rid of a cult or past or any of those things. Move on. Move forward. Move forward. Don't live in a box. Don't live in the past. Let it go. Let the religion go. Don't live with somebody's imposed belief on you. Do not live with somebody else's imposing their beliefs on you. That's what religion is. That's what Christianity is. That's what any other religion is. It's somebody imposing upon you how you should think, how you should live, how you should eat, how you should pray, how you should raise your family. Don't let anybody, any religion or anybody or any politician or any ideology tell you how to live your life. Don't do that. Be an outlier. Be you. If you want to take bits and pieces of what I'm talking about, maybe this religion here, maybe that philosophy here, maybe this piece here, and you want to put it together as a recipe into your own life to make you a better person, if it's logical, if it's realistic, if it's understandable, if it's truth, that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But when you absorb yourself into something that somebody else gives you that's not provable, but you do it because it's just there, because you grew up around it, because people say you need to believe this, because we believe, our family believe, we believe this for the last 10 generations, John. Our family believes this, just say no. Just say no. And it can be hard, really difficult to say no, because they might kick you out of the tribe. They might not like you anymore. They must not understand you anymore. But you must be you. You must be you. That's why I wrote this book. It helped me to discover me. And it can help you discover you as well. I'm still doing this with a shirt. It drives me crazy. And it's a different shirt. You know, one thing that pisses me off about my book. This is a little side note about my book. I'll bump into someone and they go, "Oh, you wrote a book, John? Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's called The Book of Comfort." I literally have the book in my hand, literally, or in one of my totes. I got a book right here. Well, how much is it, John? That's $40. Oh, really? Is it on Amazon? No, it never. Oh. You don't want to buy my book. You're blowing smoke up my ass. You're just saying that that's your escape route. Like, I'm going to go on Amazon and buy my book. Listen here, fool. It will never be on Amazon. Ever, ever, ever. Until I'm dead. This book will never be on Amazon or any other platform. If you want to buy my book, buy it from me. Quit blowing smoke at my ass. Because you're a liar. You don't want to buy my book. You want to escape. Without saying, I don't want to buy your book. I hate liars. I just hate people that lie. It's endemic in our society now. Everybody lies. Back to the subject. How do you escape the cult of Christianity or religion? Be an outlier. Dig deep into yourself and say, how did I become this? Who am I? What do I want to be? How do I become what do I want to be? Look deep inside and how did you become what you are? How do you start doing what you're doing? Why do you go to church? Why do you believe in certain things? Why do you believe in certain things? Here is the meat and potatoes of this video. Why do you believe certain things? The answer is always in the question. I write that in my book. The answer to everything we ask is in the question. But the answer must be honest. I believe this because it makes me feel fuzzy and warm. I believe this because my parents told me to believe this. I believe this because my society tells me to believe this. So do you really believe it? Can you prove it? Dig for the evidence. Dig for the truth. Dig for the truth. When you find the truth of why you believe something, then you can kick it to the curb if you don't truly believe it. How to escape the cult of religion or Christianity, or any cult for that matter. Excuse me again. I keep burping because I can drink. Here's the deal about getting out of a cult. Here's the deal about believing in anything like a religion or following a faith. Most people follow it because it makes them feel comfortable, makes them feel fuzzy and warm, makes them feel safe. That's the reason we get sucked into this bullshit, okay? But if you look at it honestly, brutally honest, with yourself, look in the mirror and say, why do I believe this? And if it's because it makes you feel fuzzy and warm, or somebody told you to believe it, or you just want social structure, be social, then that's not the reason to believe something. That is not the reason to believe it. Because it's not true. It's not showing you the truth of what you're believing. You're involved with it, not because you believe it, you're involved with it because it makes you feel comfortable. You're involved with it because it makes you feel safe. You're involved with it because it makes you feel at peace of mind. Even if it's not true. So you got to dig deeper and say, why do I believe something that's not true? When I know it, I know in my mind, I know, God, I know, John, I know in my mind that this is not real. It's not real. It's make-believe. It's something that's been given to me from my parents or from my church or from my society. It's been given to me. Where's the truth? That's the hard part. You got to look literally like look in a mirror and say, why the hell do I believe this? Then you need to accept the truth. And here's the truth about that. And I'm not trying to be damning or mean or disrespectful or hurtful. But if you cannot face the truth of your own life and the truth of your own decisions and the truth of your own belief, then you are a liar to yourself. You are lying to yourself. Okay? If that makes you happy, that makes you content, to lie to yourself, to live your life, then you are not living a true life. If you must lie to yourself, to make yourself happy, then you're not living a true life. You're not following the truth. I got bunny hairs on me. I'm going to wrap this video up. The Common Point philosophy, if you want to get involved with this philosophy, is amazing. If you want to buy a book, get a hold of me. Like I said, you can't buy it on Amazon. Want to buy a book? Buy a book. This philosophy is about you seeking the truth, no matter how painful, no matter how hard, no matter how long, no matter what you got to kick to the curb, no matter who you got to kick to the curb, no matter what religion you got to kick to the curb, no matter what lifestyle you've got to kick to the curb. It will help you do that because it makes you look at the brutal truth of your life. Reality. It's about reality. That's why it's such a hard sale. Because most people don't want to live in reality. They want to live in fantasy, which is religion and Christianity. It's a fantasy. It's a made-up fantasy. So you can be a sheep. Subscribe to my channel. Subscribe. There's a little marker on the very bottom. You can subscribe to my channel. Tell your friends about my channel. If you want to get involved with the Common Point philosophy or the Common Point society, that would be this. Contact me. It is growing. The mindset is growing. It's not a cult. It's not a religion. It's a mindset. There's so much in this book that can really help you live an amazing life and be successful at it as well. So thank you so much. I'm going to go. This little tag I wanted to put on the very end. Say thank you very much. Leo, my bunny in the background, is saying thank you very much. Watch my videos. Leave a comment. Subscribe, subscribe, subscribe. Gotta go. Bye now.